Yeah, now it is recording. So, so what I'll consider is most of you uh, is from admin background. I believe most of you have very little experience in coding. So based on that, we will start our demo today. Even if you have good knowledge in coding also, that is no issue. Let me share my screen and please someone confirm me if my screen is visible or not.
Yeah, it's visible.
Yeah, thank you. So Omni Studio demo, Omni Studio and Velocity both are same. There is no difference. So how the name got changed, I'll tell you in the next slide. So what is Velocity again? Omni Studio and Velocity both are same. So Velocity founded in, as you are seeing on my screen, it is founded in 2014. And like most of you know, Velocity has a very good priority in the Salesforce industry. Previous to that, Velocity came as a managed package, and within few years, it got most of the awards. Like if you see, three, four cloud awards in 2017, 18, 19 consecutively. So Salesforce understand the importance of Velocity. Salesforce can contribute. I mean, Velocity can contribute much more to the Salesforce. So Salesforce understood it, and in 2020, Salesforce acquired Velocity. Okay. And after 2 years, Salesforce has changed the name from Velocity to OmniStudio. So when I say Velocity or OmniStudio, both are same. Okay. And and after that, once Salesforce has acquired the Velocity, Salesforce is able to add the industry specific CRMs to its existing products. So what are industry specific CRMs that we will see? So that means Salesforce got benefited from the Velocity. And if you see in most of the projects, Velocity or Omni Studio is being priority now because of various reasons that we are going to discuss in the coming slides. And as I said, Velocity is a managed package. Why it has so much importance means it offers pre-built solutions. For example, your client has given some requirement. You need to write a code. For example, you need to build a screen. You need to write a code from the scratch. That means you need to create an LWC component. You need to write JavaScript, HTML, something like that. But in Velocity or Omni Studio, everything is pre-built. No need to write single piece of code. And in very, very rare cases, we need to write a piece of code like Apex that we will see. So that is the importance of velocity. Where velocity used means you might know, like in many projects, there is communication industries, media and entertainment, energy and utilities, insurance, health, government. For example, right now I'm working in insurance domain. So some of you working in communications, some of you working in government projects. So these you are seeing in my screen, right? So these are the various areas Velocity or Omni Studio is used very widely. And some of the industries is nothing but these industries, communication, these are the industries. So in some industries, Omni Studio or Velocity is yet to start, and in some industries, it's already started. And uh, companies are asking employees to learn Omni Studio or Velocity. Okay, we'll go to the next slide so we can understand in detail why Omni Studio. Going forward, we will terminate. We will use the terminology as Omni Studio only. So Omni Studio provides drag and drop basic tools that helps to create business flows. For example, if I want to create a screen, something like that, I don't need to write any code. I can drag and I can drop it on the screen. So it will build automatically. So that is the beauty of the Omni script. I'll show a small demo of that also so that you can understand. So if you see here, within just clicks instead of writing custom code. So for example, if you have fear of some of us fear of coding, so for that Omni Studio or Velocity is the best. So no need to write coding. Without writing any coding, you can develop the screens. And it is an on-demand tool that we already know that is why we are here, and can build great UI by dragging and dropping because Omni Studio provides pre-built functionalities, right? So by that using of that pre-built functionalities, we can develop the great UI that I will show you, and reusable components which are very important. For example, I want to build a screen, okay, and same screen I want to put it in different places. For example, I want to put that same screen in account pages, and I want to put that same screen in contact record page. and the same screen in opportunity with slight modifications. Okay, for these scenarios, no need to build a different components. I can build one flex card with the Omni Studio, and I can reutilize that particular flex card in different places. So based on the record ID, it will fetch the record ID and it will show the data differently based on the record which we open. That also I will show. And this is also the most important one. It can communicate with LWC and Apex. For example, if I want to send some data from Apex to Omni Studio or some flex cards, that I can do, or some flex cards to Apex, I can do. And if I want to place a component in between an LWC screen, I can do. And if I want to place an LWC component inside the OmniScript or Omni Studio, that I can do. So it will communicate two-way. That is the beauty. And it saves the time and resources for the organization. This is very important. The last point. That is why companies are using or preferring Omni Studio. For example, I'll take a scenario. Let's say I have a requirement where I need to show a data table. Okay. And from the data table, from let's say I want to fetch the records from the data table, records from the account object, and show it in the data table with some colors and something like that, with some small search functionality. So let's assume that to build that, what company needs? Company needs an LWC developer, and at the same time he should know Apex. So what he will do generally, he will write an Apex class to fetch the data from the account or accounts, and he will send that data to the LWC component by creating an LWC component. He need to know the HTML language to create a table. He need to know the JavaScript to perform some logics for the search functionality, and he need to know some CSS to add some colors and formatting. And what is the time? At least it will take 2 to 3 days for development and testing and deployment, right? So what if I say same thing I can do in 5 minutes in Omni Studio? Just 5 minutes. I'll show that example now. Just 5 minutes. So what is the benefit company is getting? Number one, company no need to hire an LWC developer, because obviously people who knows LWC development, Apex development will ask more pay. That company wants to avoid. And the main thing is time. So 3 days versus 3 hours, including testing deployment. So lot of variation, right? So that is the importance of the Omni Studio. We are saving time. We are building great UI in less time. A functionality which someone develops in 3 days with three developers can be developed with one person in 2 to 3 hours. So that is the importance of Omni Studio or Velocity, and that is why we are here. And let me go to the next slide. And any questions before going to the next slide?
Sir, can you define what is Salesforce Velocity in simple words?
Simple words means it is just a building of the UI, just a screens. I'll show in the real time, then you'll understand. Okay.
Sure, sure.
You know LWC. If you know LWC, you can consider its replacement of LWC also.
Okay. So kind of
Yeah,
graphical user interface.
correct. Exactly. I'll show that.
Okay.
So career paths. What is the advantage of learning Omni Studio? Okay. For example, let's say today I know LWC, I know Apex. Okay. So what are the career options I have? A company who needs an Apex developer will hire me. A company who needs an LWC developer will hire me. Okay. So I have two career options right now. So if I learn Omni Studio, so what will I become? I will become a Salesforce developer along with the Omni Studio developer. So that means there is more exposure in the market for me. So I can get, let's say there are 50 jobs in Salesforce development and 50 jobs in Omni Studio development. So someone who don't know Omni Studio will have option of only 50 jobs, and someone who knows Omni Studio like me, I have option of 100 jobs. So you will get two additional career paths if you know, if you learn OmniStudio. That is equal to more exposure in the market, and obviously chances of hiring is very high. Chances of hiring is very high means you'll get multiple offers. That means you can expect more pay. So that is the end target, right? We are aiming for getting more pay and for the stable work life. So that will fulfill your dreams if you learn OmniStudio. So what are the two career paths we can see? One is OmniStudio developer and one is OmniStudio consultant. OmniStudio developer means one who develops screens or one who develops something in the OmniStudio tool. So they are called as OmniStudio developer. They will be referred as OmniStudio developer. And can be Salesforce plus OmniStudio developer. For example, I am Salesforce developer and OmniStudio developer. Can be both. Okay. And there is OmniStudio consultant. Consultant is nothing but no need to develop anything, but you need to know OmniStudio for that. You need to work with clients to understand the business requirement, and you need to suggest them whether it can be possible via OmniStudio or not. You might know in an organization, right, what consultants do. So you will get two career options. So obviously preference is OmniStudio developer. And for the two career options, you will get two certification options also. This is Salesforce provided certification options. Once you learn the OmniStudio, you can do OmniStudio developer certification, or if you wish, you can do OmniStudio consultant certification. And these are uh, provided in the trailhead. I'll show it at the end. And let me go to the next slide. Yeah, someone asked me what is velocity, right? For example, this is called as flex card. So these terminologies, I'll tell you what is what going forward. This is just a beginner session, right? So this is the flex card. So this is the flex card which built by the OmniStudio. If you see here, name is in uh, bold format with more size, and the address is in little light font with less size. And similarly we have other more details, and we have some weather details, and we have some buttons here. If you click on this button, details of daughters will be displayed. And if you want to click on this update address, a dialog box will be displayed where you can update the address, you can update the contact details. So this is the screen. Basically this screen I can place it in the account record page or contact record page like that. Okay. And this is interactable screen, right? It is showing information here, and I can click the buttons here, and something will show up for me. I can fill the data, I can click on save, and it will save to the backend. So these all things we can do with the flex card. Not only flex card, there are a lot of things which we can do via OmniStudio. This is very basic example. If you see here, I'm getting weather information. It is live information, not hard coded information. For example, in San Francisco, today it is 58°F. Tomorrow it might be different. How we are fetching the data means by using the integration. Integration means again no need to write any code. Without writing any code, we can do it. We can fetch the live data here and we can show it in the card. Okay, this is just a sample image of the flex card. We will see like more examples going forward. Just I put this image just for your understanding. This we can create by flex card. And there is something called FlexCard is also part of OmniStudio, by the way. And there is something called OmniScript also in the OmniStudio. OmniStudio is nothing but series of screens. You might have filled some applications, right? For example, in the first page, you'll fill your personal details. Once you click on next, you will get educational details. Once you click on next, you will get some address details. So similar kind of multiple screens we can build with OmniScript without writing any code. Without writing any code. For example, if you see here, there is a path here. I am in third step. This is automatically built by OmniStudio. No need to write any code. I'll show you that also. So would you like to file a claim? If I click on yes and click next, this screen will be displayed in the next. And if I click on no and click next, other screen will be displayed. That means dynamical visibility of the screens will be possible via OmniScript. Okay. And once you complete the total OmniScript flow, the data will be saved to the backend objects. Like based on your configuration, if you wish to save for the code line items, if you wish for the save, if you wish for saving opportunities like that. So based on your configuration, it will work. So these are the two examples of the FlexCard and OmniScript. Any questions here?
Sir, you're telling that okay, no, we can implement this kind of screens, okay, no, without using any piece of code, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Not even single line of code.
So for integration also, you are using some drag and drop options, correct?
Exactly. Correct. Correct. So we
Okay.
will write code in very rare conditions where there is very extreme unique functionality. Then only we
Okay.
will write code. Otherwise,
So,
we don't.
so which code we are going to use? It's a Apex or RR, Visual Force. What kind of code you are using?
No, normally we don't use any code, but if we want to fetch some specific data, we can send that data from the Apex.
So, so Apex code you are using, right? In extreme conditions.
Yeah, in extreme conditions, we will use Apex, correct.
Okay.
But we will use Apex, but OmniScript language is JSON. OmniScript, like OmniScript and FlexCard will communicate in JSON language. That is not a programming language. It's very simple language. I'll tell you in the further sessions. No need to
Okay.
learn that you can understand in 5 to 10 minutes. So
Okay.
these kind of skill, not only this, there are a lot more options. This is just sample images since we are in just the beginner level, right? So
Understood.
yeah, correct. So let me go to the reference links. I have a couple of reference links. Let me open it. So this is a website called Salesforce Ben. Many of you know that. So this was published in 2003, not even 1 year back. So this website is about Salesforce Industries and what is the next step for your career. That is, this is a small blog written by some Salesforce experts. We will see, not in detail. We will understand what they are saying. So what they are saying is there are Salesforce industries. So what are the industries means? These are the industries: communication cloud, media cloud, health cloud, energy, so on. So these are the industries which are available in the Salesforce market right now. Okay. And if we go down, so basically what they are saying is it is good to learn Salesforce industries because the scope or future is more in the Salesforce industries. You can read, this is very good article. I'll send the link. You can read it, but I'm not covering every line. I'll just go through on just headings. So if you see here, key skills required for the Salesforce industries. Previously, what they said is for your career, learning Salesforce industries is kind of mandatory to sustain long term in the Salesforce, right? So here, if you see here, I said no, communication industries, media industries, energy, health. For every industry, key skills required are OmniStudio. If you see here, OmniStudio. If you want to enter in any industry, OmniStudio is the primary skill you need to have. Okay. And others are based on the project you are working. But this is the uh, primary skill you should have, OmniStudio. And they have given the learning pathway. Okay. So what they are suggesting is learning pathway. First, you should understand basics, just a platform basics like how to create field, what is account, what is opportunity, how validation rules file. So basic understanding you need to have. Then SFI. SFI means Salesforce line of oh, what is this? I forgot. Yeah, some business process basically. I think most of you know business process, right? Like campaigning will run, and after that leads will be generated, and after that that will be converted into account opportunities like that, and orders will be generated. That is the basic business process, right? So I think
Yes.
most of you, 99% of you knows both of them. And the next step is start with Omni Studio. Once you know the Omni Studio, you can master industry CPQ or order management or digital commerce. These are the emerging skills right now. So to enter into this, you always need to start with Omni Studio. That is the priority one. Okay, and this article is not created by me. Salesforce Ben, which is a famous website, they have also YouTube channel. So they said a lot of things why you should learn OmniStudio, blah 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 blah. You can read it in your free time. I'm not going in detail. And I have one more link, which says uh, there is someone called Parker Harris. He's on a mission. What is his mission? Just because it is possible to write the code doesn't mean you should write the code. So what he's saying is it is possible to write code, like we can write Apex code, we can write LWC code. That just because it is possible, no need to write code. Because right now, in place of triggers, right now we are using flows, right? No need to write Apex class, and for the test class, you need to pass the test methods. Nothing needed. Just write a small flow and everything is done. Boom. So Salesforce industry is moving towards no code. That is, without writing code, you need to build the functionality. Before that, let's understand who is this guy. I'll search in Google. If you see here, he's the founder of Salesforce.com. He founded the Salesforce.com, basically kind of co-founder. Okay, so it is not from me. So Salesforce co-founder himself said they are in a mission. They are moving towards no code environment, like in place of LWC, OmniStudio, right? That is the future. There are a lot more articles you can just refer in the internet. Yeah. Before going to the course content, I think most of you don't know like what is data raptors, what is integration procedures. So that's why before going to the course content, like if you have any questions, I would like to take. Just feel free to ask any silly question also, no problem.
Sir, I have one question. Okay, no, but the thing is, okay, no, in Salesforce, sales code, we write, okay, no, the test classes after the program is developed. Can
Mhm.
we write the test classes, okay, no, in Velocity, okay, no, without using any code?
No, no need. If there is a code only, then we need to write test class, right? No need to
Yes.
write any code. Test class is not at all needed. Maybe I'll show you example, then you'll understand in a better way. I have already opened a flex card. So I'm not going into detail. Once we start the session, I'll show how to create the flex card. Here I have already created the flex card. Okay, I'm in a Salesforce page, right?
Mm.
Just simple. You need to go here. You need to search some flex card, and for this one, you need to install a Salesforce package. I mean, OmniStudio package. That I'll tell you once we start the actual sessions. In your practice org, you won't be seeing this one. Okay. So I just created a flex card. So I have said an example, right? Previously, I need to create a LWC table like that. So first of all, I already fetched data from some DataRaptor kind of thing. DataRaptor is nothing but which is used to fetch the data. So I have already fetched the data for this flex card. Just you need to, there is something called data table, right? Just you need to drag this and place it. See, I'm getting all the data which I have fetched. I have fetched only three fields: ID, name, website. For other fields, there is no website. It created a table automatically for me. Okay. And for example, I want to put some styling for this. Just go to styling. What I'll do is there is something called table head. Table head means this one, right? ID, name, website. I'll 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 put some red color, some random color. See here, it got appended with red color. Let me put some red color. Okay, simple. That simple it is. And there is something called rose background color. Let me put this color. Okay, just click on done. That simple it is. Okay, and for example, let's say I want to provide some search functionality here, as I said previously, right? Just I'll explain each and every option when we start the actual course. Just you need to enable the search option, click on save, and in the attributes you need to click on is searchable, right? So I got a box. If I search ACC, all the records related to ACC will come. If it is working or not. So to see the full preview, I need to activate the flex card. See, if you see, I have search functionality, right? If I search ACC, only records with ACC got filtered, right? I'll remove. If I search, for example, Apex, only records with Apex got filtered. See how much time I took? I took less than 2-3 minutes, right? Now assume same functionality I need to build with HTML. So data table in the HTML language, okay, and JavaScript to define the search functionality, and you need to add some CSS here, okay, and sorting option is provided by default. So how much time it will take if I want to build the same functionality in LWC? At least 1 or 2 days, including testing and everything. You need to write an Apex class to fetch all the data with Aura enabled, and you need to write the test class for it, and you need to create an LWC component, okay, and you need to create an HTML file, a JavaScript file, you need to import the Apex, you need to create the CSS, you need to deploy the both of the components, and you need to test it. Lot of things to handle, right? But here with just a flex card, I have created everything. Now what I can do is I can activate it and I can put it in some account record page. I'm not putting, but I'll show you place where we can put it. Let's say, for example, this is some account, right? See, this is also a flex card I have created in the previous batch. This is also flex card. So similarly, you can put this particular table here or in the detail section, something like that. Maybe I'll show you. You'll get more confidence. Let me activate it. So if you see here, compiling LWC. So that means whatever the changes we made here by using drag and drop, so it will be automatically converted into LWC component. So we are not writing LWC component, but it will automatically convert into LWC component in the backend. So these are all architectural level changes that we will discuss later in detail. So I have activated it. So what should I need to do if I want to put that particular flex card in the account? And again, this is the beginner level session. So that's why I'm just to give an idea, I'm showing this example. We will discuss in detail once we start the actual session. I'm just clicking on the edit page. I have given some random name A000. So in the components here, you can search that. In the custom components, it will be there. It will take some time because it is loading for the first time. Before loading that, any questions here?
Sir, I have one question.
Mm-hmm.
Here you're showing that how to pull the data and dragging and drag and drop option. Okay.
Yeah.
But can we develop the web pages using that velocity components like websites?
Anything we can do is within the Salesforce.
Okay. So we can
It is taking
implement
some.
we
Go
can
ahead.
implement the websites using velocity model also, right?
Sorry, can you repeat it?
You mean to say we can develop the web pages using velocity?
No. Velocity is limited to Salesforce. Any card or any component you created in the flex card or OmniScript that you can utilize within the Salesforce only.
Okay. Using velocity, can I develop a bank website, for example?
No.
Okay.
I said no. It is not for the website. Salesforce is CRM tool, right? So
Okay.
anything you can do within the Salesforce only.
Okay.
So if you see here, our custom component got here, you can place here or inside the details page or inside the related page. So for example, I wanted to put it under the action panel. Just drag here and drop here and save here. Got saved. I think it got saved. And go back. See here. Okay. I think because of the space it is showing the scroll bar. If you can decrease the size, it will be in perfect shape. If you can search here, Apex, it will work. Everything. Now you understand the importance. You will understand by yourself. Same functionality if I want to build by LWC, it will take a lot of time, right? Similarly, not only data table, you can do a lot of things. For example, I want to create an heading. Let me delete it. I'll go to design page. I'll explain what each and every option when we start the session. For example, I want to create an icon. Just drag icon here, put it, type. If you want a custom icon, you can upload the image, or you want a Salesforce icon, you can select it here. You can search. There are n number of icons here. Let's say I want an icon related to contact. You can search contact. I want this one. Just click save. I want size to be bigger one. Select the large one. I want inverse icon. Yeah, there is slight variation in the color you are seeing, right? Okay, default icon. Anything basically you can select. And I want to create some heading. Just go to, there is something called, where is that? You can select field, or you can select rich text also. Anything will work. That we will seeing in detail later. Let's say contacts list. Okay, I want to make it little bolder, I want to make it size little bigger. That also I can do. These are the colors. Where is the size? Yeah, here. Okay, lot of things you can do. Not only this, this is just a beginner level kind of thing. And if I want to change the colors, simply by going here, a background color, if I want to add border color, text color, anything I can do, right? That simple it is. Okay, there are a lot of options I cannot cover in the intro session. What is blocks, everything. This is FlexCut. Similarly, we have OmniScript also. I think now you have idea regarding the OmniScript or OmniStudio. Now we'll jump back to, where is that, course content. Okay, so we have divided our course content into different modules. So to know the OmniStudio, or to understand how FlexCard data, before that we didn't deal with any data, right? For example, I want to consume this account record and I want to fetch all the related contacts under that account. We didn't deal with that particular scenario, right? Everything will work within the JSON structure. You need to understand the JSON structure to understand the data flow between component to component. Component to component means from FlexCard to DataRaptor or DataRaptor to OmniScript. You need to understand data structure. Data structure is very simple. Uh, Maybe I'll show. Let's say this is name. This is Uttej. This simple it is. So this is the JSON, simple JSON. Name is Uttej. If I want to add some skills, some Apex, this is nothing but JSON structure. That simple it is. So we will be having some half an hour or 20-minute session on understanding the JSON structure. We have some nested nodes, child nodes kind of thing that we will dig deeper in going further sessions. But I will be covering JSON structure also. So in the intro section, that means once we started the real sessions, in the module one, we will see what is OmniStudio, how Salesforce will work with OmniStudio, futures, targeted industries, what is the behind the scene, like OmniStudio architecture. Okay, what certifications we can do, what is the course content in it, what is the advantage of doing the certifications, JSON structure. On this one, we'll be spending some half an hour or 20 minutes. And OmniStudio components, what are the different components available in OmniStudio? Naming conventions. For example, if I want to create a flex card, which I showed before that, there is certain way to name it that is recommended by the Salesforce. So that naming conventions also we will be seeing in module 1. Okay. And if you go to module 2, we will start about the DataRaptors. DataRaptors is nothing but in detail we will discuss when we start the DataRaptors. But for now, DataRaptors is nothing but which fetches the data. Kind of SQL query. If you write some SQL query, select ID from account, limit 1, it will fetch one account record. Similarly, DataRaptors we will use to fetch the data. Not exactly like SQL query, but mostly we will use like that only. It is a kind of tool where we need to give some inputs. So based on that, it will fetch the data. So dynamic data will be also there. So that means based on the account record. So we have placed the component previously, right? So based on the account which we opened, so based on that, it will capture that particular account ID and automatically fetches the data. So those advantages will be having, and there are different types of data raptors: extract, load, transform, turbo. So extract means extracting the data, load means saving the data to the Salesforce, transform means from XML to, like, basically I'll show you when we start the session, and turbo also kind of extracting the data. And we can use some formulas in the data raptors, which is very important, that I will be covering. Everything is in real-time scenarios, no theoretical is some 10 to 20%, other 80% is practical only. We are doing everything is project oriented, because I am also a Salesforce professional where I'm working. So I know the real-time projects. So based on that only we'll discuss going forward. And security in the data raptors, how to handle field level securities, everything in the data raptors, and what is the best practices and debugging. Because as I'm not a full-time trainer, right? I'm a working employee, so that I know what are the best practices which we following in the industries, how to debug it, that I can cover here. Okay. So for every module, we will be having best practices and debugging individually. And we have something called integration procedures. Integration procedures is also used to fetch the data, but in advanced level. For example, if I want to fetch the data from external API, that means nothing but integration with some external API, right? Okay, some REST integration kind of thing. So without writing any code, we can just filling some uh, content, we can fetch the data. That also I'll be showing in the real time. So what is difference between DataRaptor and integration procedures? When to use integration procedure, when to use DataRaptors, what is data binding? There are a lot of actions in the integration procedures, how to use them, what are there, and formulas, how to use them and what are there, and conditional rendering, best practices, debugging. Everything we will be doing in integration procedure. And again, project oriented. Whatever the components we are using most frequently in the projects, there we are going to spend more time. That doesn't mean I'm not going to cover other things, that also I'll cover, but the most real-time scenarios we are going to spend more time, because at the end of the day we need to work, right? And only should a flex card. Flex card is nothing but just we have seen, right? This is the flex card, and this also flex card. What is that? Yeah, overview. Fields, what are fields, displays, inputs? I'll show you now, you'll understand. So if you see here, there are display units, there are fields. Okay, how we need to fetch it, what are the display, like everything custom, what is custom LWC, what is data field, what is flex card, what is icon, what is image, everything we will see. Okay, what is inputs, how to display records in the cards with various data sources. Various data sources means how to display records in FlexCard by using DataRaptor, by using integration procedure, by using Turbo DataRaptor. So those kind of things we will see. And what are the actions in the cards, displaying LWC component in the FlexCard. Okay, this kind of some advanced topic, but we will see one example here. flex card in flex card. So that means this is the flex card, right? Inside the flex card, I can show one more flex card. Okay, what is the advantage? That means, let's say there is one flex card which we need to utilize in multiple places, in multiple flex cards. So I can create one child flex card and I can use that flex card inside multiple flex cards. So no need to create any multiple flex cards, right? So that is also one advantage we are going to see. Best practices and CSS on demand. CSS on demand means, for example, if you see here, what is it? If you see here in the style, these are the CSS, right? For example, if I want to some add some background color, I can do it, right? If this is not sufficient, we can add custom CSS also here. Okay. For example, what we have, text. Uh, yeah, let's say text decoration. Let's take this. This is the custom CSS, right? CSS code. This is not needed generally, but I'm showing. If I paste it here, if you can observe, maybe I can take overlay. Yeah, I'll take this one so that you can see the change. And I'll remove the background color. If you see here, if I add this line means that I'm getting two lines over the text and under the text. So these kind of unique CSS is not present here. So at that time we can enhance our functionality with adding some CSS code. So if you want that, I can show that also. Basically we will not use, but very rare conditions. That is why I have written CSS on demand. If you demand, like if you want to know, if you ask means I'll cover this also, but basically not needed in real time. And there is something called OmniScript. This is very important. And in projects, like 60 to 70% we will use OmniScripts. Some 20 to 30% we will use flex cards. And DataRaptor's integration procedures are behind the scene for the OmniScripts and flex card. When we use flex cards and OmniScripts, obviously we will use DataRaptors and integration procedures. But this is very important. I have said no, I have shown some screen, no, like multiple screens will be there. I don't have real-time example to show, but we will be seeing once we start course, right? I will be creating this multiple screen flows. This is very important. So this here we are going to spend more time. OmniScripts. There are a lot of things like actions, display components, functions, edit blocks, OmniScript launching, how to launch the OmniScript. Uh, yeah, how to use flex cards inside the OmniScript, how to use DataRaptors with OmniScript, how to use LWC components with OmniScript, how to use IPs means integration procedures with OmniScript, how to debug it. Debugging in OmniScript is very important. That also we're going to spend a lot of time here. And best practices. Okay. And the last one, some additional content will be there. Uh, every topic I have said, everything is regarding project oriented. Like if you want, I can show some screenshots related to projects. Obviously I'm not allowed to show you project data, but maybe I'll show some dummy screenshot by disabling the data from the projects, that I can help you with that. And there are some bonus topics if we needed. Regarding bonus topics, uh, we will discuss going further. And best practices are very important. Like when we start the session, no, when we create flex card, what is the best practice, how to use it. On every topic I'll be covering best practices and common errors, because as I said, no, since I'm working in, OmniStudio from a very long time, I know what are the common errors which we face in the industry or in the projects on daily basis. So as I have knowledge on that, I can I can help you with that so that when you start working in your project, if there is any error, you can resolve it very quickly. And multiple choice questions after every topic. These multiple choice questions I'll take from the certifications from the previous springs. So we can discuss a few like 3 or 4 multiple choice questions after every topic, so that you can understand where you are and how much you are understanding. And practice exercises, like for example, if you create a flex card today, uh, I can give some practice exercise where you can create some flex card and you can show it to me tomorrow. And if you are not able to do that, we can plan the next session based on that only, how we are going to do that particular practice exercise. Like that also we can plan. And training or for practice, this is very important. For practice, we need our org, right? So this is the training org I have, where you can create in your org. You don't have any, for example, if I search here, Omni, enter, see here, I have Omni scripts, flex cards, DataRaptors, integration procedures. In your practice org, these won't be available. For that, you need to create a special org, which phase Salesforce is OmniStudio is providing for us, like with lifetime access. That I will be guiding once we start the sessions, and documentation I will be providing. Like in future, if you have any doubt, you can contact me, but along with that, you will be getting a documentation. How this is helpful means, for example, you need to create a formula, like you forgot the syntax, you can just search in the document, and your work life will be easy. And regarding the this is regarding the trailhead certification, I mean this certification, omniscient developer, that we will see later, because once we understand the topics, then only we can understand what are the topics they are understanding in the certification. Right now, we are not going to concentrate on that. We will see it like end of the sessions. So my demo is completed. Like if you have any questions, just feel free to ask me.
Sir, I have one question.
Yeah, you can call me Uttej.
Yeah. Sir,
Okay.
how is the job openings for Salesforce Velocity developer compared to Sales Cloud, Marketing Cloud, and Service Cloud? How is the job openings now in the current market?
See, first of all, a marketing cloud, service cloud is not different with OmniStudio. In the marketing cloud also they will use OmniStudio. In the sales cloud also they'll use OmniStudio. In the service cloud also they'll use OmniStudio. Both are not different. And regarding job opportunities, I have I have shown you example, right? This one. You only understand. By I want to create this with the LWC component, lot of resources I need, skilled resources I need for the company. I need to pay more for them. But if I, instead of 3 LWC developers, if I hire one OmniStudio developer, everything he can do in within matter of hours. So that is the importance companies are looking for, and they are hiring more OmniStudio developers. And I think in our batch there are a lot of people, right? I think many of them in their companies also they might have asked like learn velocity and come back. So because I have seen that in my previous batches when I started the session, no, like many people joined session because their company, all obviously all are working. Their companies are asking them to learn Omni Studio. If they are failed to learn, and there won't be any project. In most of the companies, it's happening. You might also have heard like there are a lot of people. No, anyone can tell me if you have heard the similar scenario. Any more questions?
Uh, sir, are you implementing the live projects from scratch in Velocity?
Yeah, obviously we'll do that in daily basis.
Okay. And my last question is, okay, no, sir, once we done that, okay, no, the Velocity developer course, once we join, and after that, one, for example, when I have joined some other company, so are
Mhm.
you give any support from your side? Job
Uh,
support,
See,
kind of job
no,
support I'm
no,
asking.
no, no. Once we complete the OmniStudio training, no need of support for you. That easy it is. I'm telling you, easy it is. That is why priority is growing day by day for the OmniStudio.
Okay.
Hi,
Any more
Hitesh.
questions? Hi,
Will
Lavanya.
will you cover IDX tools?
Which tools?
IDX tools.
Actually, no, but if you want, maybe I can plan some small session on that.
Okay. Is that much necessary in velocity actually
No,
while doing
no, no,
projects?
no.
Oh,
Like how you using IDX tools in your project?
actually, no. I just see some basics of velocity. In
Hmm?
that, I have seen that IDX tools. That's why I'm asking.
Actually, not needed. We have some alternatives also, but I can plan if you want.
Okay.
A small topic, yeah.
And one more thing, I have zero knowledge on Apex like coding and development.
No need,
Is
no
that
need, no
okay
need,
to learn velocity?
no need. That is the priority of the velocity, right? With zero code, you can learn it, and with zero code knowledge, you can become developer.
Okay. Thank you.
You have seen, right, how I developed some example component without
Yeah.
any code. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. And
You
end of
need to
the
have
session,
only. Go ahead, go ahead.
will you give any tasks for us to do?
Yeah, yeah. For example, today for example, I have created this one. No, I
Yes.
might ask you to create a. Uh, I might, for example, let's say there are five contacts in the account. For example, I opened one account. I want to see all the five contact details in tabular form. For example, if I open another account, let's say there are only two contacts. I want to see two contact details. So that means dynamically it should fetch the data and it should show here. So that kind of real time, small scenarios I'll give. And I can discuss and I can show that in the next session also, because everyone can't do, right, like they might face some issues or they might be busy in their current project, and that I'll show in the next day also.
Okay.
Because that's what I'm doing from the previous batches.
Okay. Okay.
And most of you, like I know most of you need to complete the session very quickly because they need to work in project. So once we finalize, no, like if once we start the real sessions, like everyone are okay with that. So the general session timing is daily 1 hour that we can complete in 1.5 months or 2 months like that. But if there is priority and if everyone agrees in the session, only if agrees, then I can take daily 2 hours so that I can complete the session fast, because it's not coding, it's not hard. Like if you can't take more stuff in the single day, not like that. It is very easy. Only you need to little cautious in understanding omni scripts and also the data flow between one component to another component. That is little challenging, but I'll make that easy for you.
Okay, I have a question. Like, do you know the time of your course? Like in the day, what time it will be?
It will be various day in IST or which location?
EST.
EST. Okay. Mm. So I'll tell you in IST timings. So
Yes,
this time I
IST is
think this
fine.
time this time is fine. This time is fine for me.
Every day
And
9:30
also,
9:30 p.m. Every day 9.
yeah, every day
9:30.
9:30 p.m. IST. IST. That means this time only. The
All
time
right.
which we started the session today, and also the exactly opposite time, which is 9:30 a.m. or 10 a.m. That is also fine. That we will discuss based on the maximum, like, people's opinion. Like
Okay,
we
you're
will be
okay with
flexible. Don't
9:30?
worry.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
9:30 a.m. for ISD, which will be evening here. Will it work?
Yeah, that we will plan. I am okay with the two timings, but
Right.
let's plan that. Right? If there are more students with 50% with 9:30 a.m. and 50% with 9:30 p.m. So based on that, I can be.
Hi,
We will
Utej.
decide. We need to flip. Go ahead, Nikhil.
I have the same question too. Will it be possible for you to take in AST like evenings?
Yes, it is possible for me. Like it is possible. See, once until we'll get the confirmations regarding the joining. No, we can plan that. Obviously, we will plan as per your convenient only. That is for sure. We cannot ask you to come in between your work. No. So we will plan accordingly. We need to consider most of the opinions also, and if it's not possible, we need to split. Right? You understand my point, right?
Okay.
Yeah. We'll plan that.
Can
Don't
I,
worry about that timing.
all right. Can I know the fees, please? Like I joined late. I must have missed a
Uh,
lot in the morning.
that the faculty persons from the institute will communicate with you.
All right. Okay, one more question. Is this your like have you done batches before? The reason I'm asking, like I took some training and like since that was their first batch, they were not very ready and there were many hiccups while training. So like the training
Okay.
material was not ready with them even. So I was wondering, he was a good
Okay.
trainer. He was a wonderful personal. Like
Yes.
on OmniStudio he was good, but even training is a skill. So I was wondering, do you have like earlier batches you have taught, or you must be having the content ready or
See,
something of that sort?
for the current institute, I have given 3, 4 batches, and some other institutes also have given, and my personal batches also I have given. And like regarding the documentation, if you want some more clarity, maybe we will plan one free first session. Maybe in that session, I'll show some documentation to you. So
Okay.
regarding
No,
that, don't worry.
okay. No, I was worried about the flow of the course. Sometimes if
Mhm.
it is first time, it's trial and error. This topic, that topic, we
No,
keep
no,
jumping.
no,
I was
no,
wondering.
no, no way, no way, no way. Don't
All
worry
right,
about that.
almost. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Tomorrow also same time, 9:30 p.m. IST. To have the first class.
So that we will discuss, no? Like we'll discuss privately once this is done.
Oh,
I'll call you. Yeah. And any more questions? If you want to talk, you can contact anyone from the faculty, and you can talk to me if needed also. Like they'll guide you. Like if you don't have any questions,
I just
like
want to ask, do you provide support as well?
that you can discuss with faculty, no?
Okay.
Yeah, it's not good to share here. So regarding other stuff, we will see in the first class that we will be communicating. And if you have any questions, you can always contact the faculty. Thank you, everyone.
so my name is Venkat, sir. Venkat.
Okay, you can contact Venkat, right? Go
Can you
ahead,
also,
Nikhil.
is it possible to send the recording as well? I'll talk to the
Recording,
faculty,
yes,
okay?
yes. Venkat will share you.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Like any questions regarding that, you can contact the institute, or if you want to speak anything like specific, like you can speak to me. They'll guide you. Thank you everyone for joining, and see
Thank you,
you all
sir.
in the
Thank you
next
very much.
next session. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Vijay.
Thank you.